It was a cold and foggy evening in November. Jake was driving home from work, feeling tired and bored. He turned on the radio, hoping to find some music to keep him awake. He scanned through the stations, but all he heard was static and news reports about the mysterious disappearances that had been happening in the area. He drove on, following the familiar route to his house. He lived in a small town surrounded by woods and fields. He liked the quiet and peaceful life, away from the noise and stress of the city. He had a nice house, a loving wife, and a cute dog. He was happy and content. He smiled as he saw the sign that welcomed him to his town. He was almost home. He sped up a little, eager to see his family. He noticed that the fog was getting thicker and that the street lights were dim and blurry. He turned on his headlights, but they didn't seem to help much. He squinted his eyes, trying to see the road ahead. He slowed down, feeling a bit nervous. He had driven this road 1,000 times, but he felt like he was lost. He couldn't see any landmarks or signs, just a wall of white mist. He wondered if he had taken a wrong turn somewhere, or if the fog had disoriented him. He checked his phone, hoping to use the GPS, but he saw that he had no signal and that his battery was low. He cursed and threw the phone on the passenger seat. He decided to keep driving, hoping to find his way out of the fog. He drove for what seemed like an eternity, but he didn't see anything familiar. He started to panic, feeling trapped and alone. He wondered if he was going in circles, or if he had entered some kind of twilight zone. He felt a cold sweat on his forehead and a tightness in his chest. He decided to stop the car and get out. Maybe he could find someone to help him, or at least get some fresh air. He parked the car on the side of the road and opened the door. He stepped out and felt a chill in the air. He wrapped his coat around him and looked around. He saw nothing but fog. He couldn't even see his car or the road. He felt like he was in a cloud or a dream. He heard nothing but silence. He felt like he was alone in the world. He called out, hoping to hear a response, but there was no answer. He called out again, louder, but there was still no answer. He felt a surge of fear and ran back to his car. He reached for the door handle, but it was locked. He pulled and pushed, but it wouldn't budge. He looked inside and saw his keys on the ignition. He had locked himself out. He banged on the window, hoping to break it, but it was too strong. He screamed and cursed, but no one heard him. He felt a tear roll down his cheek and a sob escape his throat. He was trapped. He leaned on the car, feeling hopeless and helpless. He wondered if he would ever see his family again, or if he would die in the fog. He wondered if anyone would ever find him, or if he would disappear like the others. He closed his eyes and prayed for a miracle. He waited for the fog to lift, or for someone to come. He waited for a long time, but nothing happened. He opened his eyes and saw that the fog was still there. He felt a cold hand on his shoulder and a whisper in his ear. "You will never be able to find way home." He turned around and saw a black, scary shadow in the fog coming towards him. He screamed and closed his eyes, hoping to wake up from this nightmare. He felt a jolt of pain, and then nothing. He opened his eyes and saw his bedroom. He was lying on his bed, covered in sweat. He looked at the clock and saw that it was morning. He sighed with relief and realized that it was all a dream. He got up and walked to the window. He pulled the curtains and saw the town. It was covered in a canopy of fog. He felt a chill in his spine and a doubt in his mind. Was it really a dream? What do you think? Tell us how you feel about our video. If there is any mistake, please comment so that I can correct the mistakes. And if you like it, give a like. Stay well, stay healthy, and stay with us. See you again in the next video. Bye.